Just people are not educated on certain issues, or they don't know where to start. A lot of the times I'll just get a call randomly and people are asking me, they'll tell me a little bit, oh, I'm in this country, or maybe even people who aren't in this country, what's the first step to take? What do they need to do? Do they need to see a lawyer? Can they go to some other stores? It's just people needing to educate themselves, or people who are scared by what they see in the media. Part of it, it's having to pay, and part of it, it's particularly with the undocumented workers, it's a trust issue. A lot of the time, these undocumented workers come here and they don't want to tell the government anything, or they don't want to tell anybody, because they're afraid they might get deported. So it's having to build up that trust and giving them the confidence that what they tell their attorney would stick as an attorney-client privilege, and for them to disclose everything, because they're kind of in the habit of not disclosing everything, so because of their status, so it's building up that trust, and that's usually one of the hardest things to do with a client. Success can be defined differently on each client. I guess for immigration, when you see the ends of it and they're happy with it. So if they wanted a green card, or they wanted permanent residency and they get the permanent residency, they wanted to be a citizen, and they gain their citizenship. But I think for me professionally, success it's also the emotional reaction, their happiness of getting the paper, or even just the happiness of getting the papers done. A lot of the times they have been here in the country and they just don't know the process, so they've been waiting a long time. So that initial relief when I'm done with them, just even sending out the paperwork, to give that sense of burden off their back, to me that's also a success. So not necessarily just the end result, but the reaction and the emotional fulfillment that a client may feel. Part of it, it's two-pronged. First of it, it's my job. So it's more that if I don't do it, that's when I feel bad. When I do it, I expected myself to do it anyways. But that comes in the end result, such as they got their papers, or they're able to stay in the country. That makes me feel good. Usually attorneys are charging on an hourly fee, but a lot of times for immigration they give a flat fee, particularly with like criminal law. If you have immigration problems, but you also have criminal problems, you can't just get a criminal attorney, because they're not going to advise you on your immigration consequences. But criminal attorneys can cost thousands and thousands of dollars too, so usually it's interconnected. But if it's just like you've been an ideal citizen, and to get to your permanent residency, from your initial